Since I wasted about 600 mil recently, and I'm still trying to get my Comp Cape, and for my Comp Cape I need to get a lot of skills to a higher level, making money while training those skills is one of the things I'm trying to do every day in RuneScape. And today I want to test out some methods that should do exactly that. These methods will not be the best training for set skills, and they also will not be the very best money that you can get per hour or something, but they should be decent in both. So let's try out some methods and see if they are actually good, especially if you're maybe not clean with them. Let's go. So the first thing, or the first skill I want to take a look at is hunting. And hunting actually has this one method that is in the game since Haven Hive that tops everything, I think. And this is the Big Game Hunter minigame. Big Game Hunter minigame should be some insane XP and money at the same time, so let's prepare for that and go there and try to get the best things out of both worlds. So I'm level 107, so I have two options right here. I could hunt the Cabbits at level 106, or I could hunt the best Chinchompa at level 104. In one level at 108 I can even hunt a better Chinchompa, which should be our focus. And since if we look at the meats that are in the game, we can actually see that they are both about equally high traded. So at the moment, it doesn't really matter if you kill the Cabbits or the Chinchompas for the money. So let's just go for the best method I can do at the moment, which would be the Cabbits. So I buy some of the Chinchompa meat. Let me buy 10 or so. It should be for 10 hunts, which is a lot, I think. Then you also want to buff yourself, so you need those moth glasses. And just be aware that if you want to buy them, they are not nearly the price as they say in the Grand Exchange. Because since release of Big Game Hunter, it says that they are cost about 30 coins. And they trade for way higher, and the golden one even trades for up to 100,000. I mean, I insta-sold them just for 100k, which is absolutely crazy. But I can also show you how you can farm them pretty easy. So all you basically need is the level, and you need a bait, so at least a raw shark to start the big Chinchompa hunt. And if you are like me and you want to hunt some Cabbits, you definitely need some Chinchompa meat. You basically just have to run here. Then you have the Hunter Trader here, which basically sells you a butterfly net and some butterfly chart, which is all you need to get those moths. And then you go to the Chinchompa encounter here on top. And as soon as you press on the hollow tree, you can now just hunt the butterflies and then get yourself buffed for the encounter. So I can easily just hunt them all right here. You can see that I also got a golden one, which I could now sell for over 100k, by the way. I mean, this would be terrible hunting XP, but at least some money if this is your only focus. Just focus on the golden ones, I guess. Okay, and now when you have enough of them, you can basically just press on the charge to release them, and then you get a buff. After that, you have 3 buffs for the encounter. The blue one actually removes 1 bait, so we only have 2 different baits in the whole encounter, which makes finding the right one easier. The purple one actually just higher the aggression bar, so you have more time to escape from the creature, and the yellow one just increases the speed of building the traps. Now the Big Game Hunter itself is a pretty easy mini game to understand. You basically just have to build traps, lure the enemy into these traps, and when it gets low, you can then finish the encounter by building the trap or placing the bait in the middle, which is pretty easy to do. But if you need a guide or a tutorial how they actually work, I posted one on the Big Game Hunter when it came out, and there are also other creators that have made fabulous guides, so therefore check it out if needed, and we move on from here. And now I just have to go to the middle and finish the encounter by basically building up the trap, and now he's dead, and I can easily clean out his body for some juicy loot. Okay, so XP wise, this should be over 2 million XP per hour, maybe a little bit more because I forgot to check it immediately actually. So therefore you can see XP wise, it is really good. On average, one run took me about 1 minute 40 seconds so technically I should be able to make about 30 to 40 runs of this per hour, technically. And the money is actually pretty good. Because as you can see, if we price check it, it is actually not that absolutely insane. I mean, it's still good money, because this one here, I think it's 5 runs, if I'm not completely wrong. If I have it right in my head. And if I sell it in the Grand Exchange, you can see that I get way more for these right here, because I can sell them for 400k each, even more actually, holy shit. But yeah, as you can see, this is an insane moneymaker basically, because these 5 runs, if we only take the meats, you can see that these 5 runs gave me 9.4 million. And it took me 2 mil to buy the meats as a bait. So technically 7.2 million just for these, or profit in these 5 runs. If we go with the conservative number that we get 30 runs in an hour, this should be about 40 million GP per hour. And if you are faster than me, which is definitely possible, you can make even more money. So Big Game Hunter is an insane Hunter XP method and also gives you insane consistent money. The next thing on the list is actually a boss encounter. We are talking about the Gates of Elidness, or Elidinus. Elidinus, I think, yes. And this is basically a skilling boss, and it is actually huge for the game. Because for me personally, I need construction XP, I need mining XP, and I also need crafting XP, which is everything I can get into this encounter. Obviously, the XP rates will not be the very best, but the possibility of loot is insane. And it is actually really easy to do. You just go to the Gates of Elidinus and you start an encounter. Then you go to the Moonstone and gather some Moonstone dust, which is basically also a method to train crafting. I could just do that over and over again and let myself die and whatever if I just want crafting XP, but we also want loot. So I now dash forward and repair a bit of this barrier right here, which gives me some construction XP. And then I can start harvest these corrupt shards of Elidinus right here. And this is divination XP, which I do not need at the moment because I'm already level 99 and this skill does not go to level 110 or 120. Now I can get some mining XP, as you can see, and I think the XP rates for mining are actually pretty okay-ish. Do that over and over again, and then I start my attack by jumping about the pillars, which gives some agility XP. But obviously, agility is also a skill I don't need at level 120, and I'm already 99. So therefore, this is also a little bit, yeah, I would not call it wasted, but it's not important actually for me. But as I mentioned, it is some okay-ish XP in a few skills that I can still use and still have to actively train. And I mean, if we also focus on the money, it is a boss encounter, which has some insane valuable rare drops. And right here, the kill is over, you can wait and loot the chest, and even the common drops are still worth a few 100k, which is pretty nice. If we look at the XP per hour, we can obviously see that it is not absolutely insane. We are talking about 80k in mining, we are talking about over 100k in divination, about 80k in agility and stuff, which is definitely not the best methods to get XP in those skills. But if we talk money, because for me personally, I need about 3 to 4 minutes for one kill. This means I make about 15 to 18 kills per hour at the gate. And if we run this in the calculator in the wiki, let's say 15 kills, it should be about 36 mil per hour if we are on drop rate. It's still, in terms of XP, not the very best, but still always a cool thing to do. Last, but definitely not least, something I have done a bunch of times now, but don't have to do anymore because I already reached the level of 120 thieving, is the heists, or more specific, the Azuran Arsenal heist. Because this one is some insane XP and money per hour at the moment, especially because melee is pretty popular as a combat style and it has 2 pretty big melee combat drops. And what I think the best thing is that you basically need nothing to start it. You just need the level in thieving, obviously. And if you have, take your camouflage outfit, a lockpick and a stethoscope with you, but it is not even needed for this, it just makes it easier. and then you just run the heists right here, and they are pretty chill. I mean, this one here is a little bit more intense than the Vault of Hereditas, but it also gives more XP and money. And this is basically the whole magic. You just have to get the hang of it, how all the obstacles and stuff work, and when you have to dive and when you have to move and shenanigans. But when you've done that, it is such a chill experience, I think. It is really satisfying to do. It is not something you have to concentrate a whole lot. And for that, it is insane what stats it gives to you. But let me show you. Okay, this wasn't the fastest run. It was even a PB for me, so maybe it was a fast run. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought I'm not the fastest. I also was not sure which chests I can skip and all that stuff. But yet still, as you can see, it took me about 10 minutes to complete one heist run, and then at the end you get some juicy loot. Obviously this is no rare drop, but it's still about a mil. Often it is more than this, so normally it's about 1.5 mil, so even without rare drops we are talking about something between 6 and 10 mil per hour. And this with an XP rate of about 4 million thieving XP per hour, which is just absolutely insane if you want to train thieving. If we then also calculate in the rare drops, it gets even crazier. Because we can use the wiki for that again, and I am not able to complete 7 runs an hour. This is not true for me, so let's say I do 5. Let's be really conservative here. And this would mean with 5 runs per hour, it's still 52 mil GP per hour, thanks to the node and spikes and the dagger right here that are pretty expensive at the moment. I mean, we're talking 405 mil for the spikes and 350 mil for the dagger. So pretty valuable rare drops also behind a pure skilling instance. And yeah, I guess these are basically the best things, or some of the best things you can do to progress your account while also making a lot of money. And besides of the thieving thing, because I already completed it, it is stuff I do at the moment. I mean, even today I got this pet right here because I started doing the gates. Pretty beginner luck, right? So yeah, as always, I hope you guys found this video some sort of helpful or at least entertaining. If so, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!